and I said you're much me a shape here for the preseason. And then the way I'm basically going to this match. Tia shots here. Don't you shots here for the Man United Liverpool encounter. You have Man United first. Don't Man United above 4 games so far in the preseason. The first game of boy, against Rosenborg, or lose by a goal to 0. And I'll buy against Rangers. A team by winning that game by 2 goals to 0. Then the third game, or somebody lose to Arsenal. That is by 2 goals to 1. And in the last game against Real Betis, or Sancha by 3 goals to 2. Now, man for Brennan to say, start game against Real Betis, and maybe who Man United in this season. But don't say I have Man United. I did about board Man United this season. Don't ever hear from the bench. Although some more signings, but I did about very, very important for Man United. And the brains on the bench. Don't first and foremost, Ten Hag go home. Now Ten Hag go home. Don't I know Ruud van Nistelrooy ababeka home. Don't so asade Rene Hek. And so don't asama ababeka home. So we had these 3 men. Don't it seems a bench hono. On me a very rich and solid. Now the Obiya impressed pa. Ruud van Nistelrooy. Don't you know him say or a Man United stalwart. Obedi 5 years for hono. Don't about 150 goals. A baby and don't do Obiya can say. I said the Man United standards ever back. Now so person the Man United standards no ever back. And so no Obiya. Why a part and parcel of the Man United brand for some time. And then where you are, Ruud van Nistelrooy no. What means we pass it through the ranks. And was about back. I was about here Man United deputy coach no. You don't see I hear Ruud van Nistelrooy. Or no ankasa mu an established coach on his own. At PSV, don't urge 2 titles. And then you say be a pamono. Adeba kwa boy and said no few say support and uncle here so obe SL or PSG no. Where you at PSV. And I'll resign on that note. You don't and you say be a match coach be. But even the last time kwano Nanka Klaba, your friend Bailey, appointing say on the top man or Bailey. But don't you say that decision, that idea say, or bet me and now Man United no, and near idea no few say, or bet me about a former club no. To don't all but as a striker no, or behind himself definitely. As so be improving the attack. Into a buy and ultimately say there are glimpses of hope. Ultimately who are in Man United attack no. Because I kind last season now, Man United as low as 57 energy drink, goals. Papa. Now have Premier League now many teams are almost say lower goals no. That is 57. You don't see I have all bar. Now you hear the improvement a bit more Man United. That means I am very solid. You hear to say Abrantia Nanka, your friend Rashford. Don't know be him say or struggle because going on from a season watch 30 goals. Oba ya no about 8 goals the next season. But and now in the games and I say throughout the preseason no. Adeba kwa ube who Rashford who any sharpness. Edu baby otimi the simple give and go pass. Edu baby so shoot here. Don't know a sense shooting. That means all those on 100% from the 2 seasons I need say Rashford energy drink papa. But who said the Caribbean why actually no. That means Rashford on his way back to that form who say otimi 30 goals no. Don't you let me say who Highland. And also I impressed so well in the preseason. And Joshua Zexi and yenye no but yenye him say Joshua Zexi cry and so an established striker. Although said the last time was 13 goals Emma Bologna in the Serie A. But don't mention when we say definitely I said it be big kind of game no. Now per one person obet me side the chrono I can't game who party a Abrantia or your coach friend Ruud van Nistelrooy on that note to him. Don't yes I'm moving from that side. I found what dealing with the strikers area no. Adeba kwa wasa ye you be one say or say develop the back line. Because Adeba kwa say kind say Ruud van Nistelrooy was a striker. So definitely, idea we have more encounters with defenders. Into some Man United training grounds is here, and that's a preseason now more encounter now. Adeba kwa was saying say, or developing the defenders. It's amazing performance. Now idea Ruud van Nistelrooy so Adeba ka team no ho. Unfortunately, idea be a central defender. You find Lerin Euro. I'm going to find a buy with the hope say and come back solidify at you. Done. We're proud.
Next level.
I'm sure
energy
Man United
drink
still now air caught into the market. Into the last time no. I must send it a bid in the region of 60 million. I could buy Munich. Now buy Munich no more per Matthias de Ligt. And no my branch from Masarawi. But don't issues can cry be amount for Masarawi deal no way say. These are player and that's a type of player. The injury record terrible. Because same fans said the likes of Lenin Euromo and then the other fullbacks of Man United. And to me more consistent player. Okay for Masarawi bar. Don't in 2 years when you have 10 injuries. And then most recently now, a diagnosing of an inflated
energy
heart.
Drink, papa.
Clearly, it looks like say Obia, you never replace the back line, or also you're injury prone. And then the only issue done I have Man United on that note. But even that deal no crano. Bayern Munich about to almost almost percent separate deals. Over top Matthias de Ligt no aba no discuss it. Over top Masarawi so done and so no saba no discuss it. Don't hear how Man United also best sorting out the injury problems at our defense. Then one issue so about Man United Man United supporter when you beje ho pa the flanks and that's on the wings. Don't amazing. Because so far, no, medical catch yourself, Rashford, back or almost back to his best. Over to me, Sancho, also back of the team, back to the team. Our former part of the team. Don't also Sancho the crowd here. Or to me, ball as a false 9. In the an issue of Bebre. Down here, the most impressive player in the preseason this time. Don't no other winger than Amad Diallo. You glimpses of Amad Diallo towards the end of the season, but this preseason, all count of them most improved player. Our Man United set up more. Don't definitely an Amad Diallo because all here so far right now. And can wingers are maybe Mudin, Rashford, Sancho, Amad Diallo, Garnacho, and Anthony. Don't the most informed player Amad Diallo. Into a hope say all go into the new season. No, Abia uncle alone on this time, and I say play the role of a peripheral figure in the Man United setup as at now. But all go in all out say obetimi a starting position. Then don't pair the all year, especially in the game against Real Betis. Done. Okaso best start here and I say coach no, enya faith e woni mu not next starting game no. Don't anya de be won be break cry. Until I'm sure say the wingers no, and so idea ebetimi about Man United because Man United are nim no. Don Emprepi no from Ronaldo from Giggs time no.
No energy drink
no potent enough and it looks like pedie who preseason no so sana be so idea don that means the Man United wingers now no me very efficient and potent no don it looks like yes I am back in that regime then on Man United lastly about Casemiro no be him say we about the third season. But they are Nema a course, so I said Nema on 4D in last season. No, Nanko BN say arguably I don't know about Casemiro last season. But in this preseason, no, don't honest what me try say. Obet me be a valuable squad member because yen him say Man United Epe Ugarte. Amraba situation no, and idea yes certain. But the performance Casemiro Edema especially in the game against Real Betis no, don't know idea go back the days at Real Madrid. Idea go back the first season at Man United. Because all so far, Ayade Otimi Emeki 67 touches, the most by any on-field player in that particular game. Also, Pedro ball accurate passes, and also no Osama 48, the most by any other player in that game.
Level.
So
energy drink,
quality discuss it. Say, it seems we're back to the best. And then so to me to us, Ebia on to me in commander starting position, say Ugarte Muba. But definitely don't a valuable squad member on that note. You don't sorry have Man United here. Say and almost season and I say almost preseason or more no. And also on 40. But I go to Liverpool under onslaught. Don't Liverpool under onslaught so about 2 matches. Fortunately for them, I had 2 wins. The first game against Betis and the second game on one side winning against Arsenal on that note. But the back let's see who about onslaught they say. In the very first game against Betis no about one bizarre formation because no be onim Liverpool be him say Liverpool there under Jurgen Klopp the system of table power the 4-3-3 into no mean say abia and slot yes something different from the Jurgen Klopp amiehu no into that game against Betis no there about 4-2-4 system now 4-2-4 system now some boy interesting enough Abrante here friend of Soboslai and I have Elliot and I act as false 9 on that note and about wingers mienu Salah and Abantia, your friend Will Carvalho. On that note, in Abrabiano, I know wingers no, I dropped it, I become the 2 pivots no. No more drops, I become the 2 pivots no. No more making way for the other fullbacks in Chimakas and Abantia friend Conor Bradley. No more so after that flank to him. In that system, I who all those players no, somewhere somehow almost struggle some grab system no. Especially say being in the very first game. But now I feel say our system no, almost win. Which we share Real Betis by 1-0. But in the second game, no, done, and I think say you now more positives because for some time now, no, you discuss to say a idea Liverpool Football Club a new centre backs, but Boa the almost centre backs the youngsters Jaro Kwanzaa and the likes no a boy you know, and man see me say maybe Liverpool might not need a centre back after all. Just because of the amazing performance, these centre backs no, and the and you don't for Liverpool there. I don't know they were almost a shapey omu team no as the last 2 matches omu team abo. But one very good thing about Liverpool ni say me catch us say bia obi a onim Ancelotti bia enkai say oye one coach ade oye best say all develop talent. Into my example several times the likes of Koopmeiners and then the likes of Jimenez. But don't so Liverpool supporter. As who said this season these are the youngsters on make me play massive role. First and foremost, Curtis Jones.
Energy drink.
Klopp and a money introduction into the first team. But Upobia makes me a buono pen game plan and that's the game style. A coach and Ancelotti. But unfortunately, no. Done about 30 minutes and we'll play the Liverpool first team. Instead of Eddie Backer and the enormous role on the play. But another player, and Fabio Carvalho. Don a brother anka Liverpool Ekopeno. Nanka several teams including Real Madrid. Leading some me aside branch of Fabio Carvalho. But Liverpool and the know that omutimi sign on that note. But Oba no inconsistencies ain't me ambwano. Oko loan or Leipzig no about loan or Hull City. But the preseason yes who know and so demonstrated say Abia this could finally be the seasoner Fabio Carvalho ebetimi flourish. Coach next man na say the position na nanko nim to ope. The number 10 position, but per the game no one who know. Be at the left side of attack. I don't know the likes of the likes of this guy Luis Diaz mo ever compete. Done. Omuna be compete on that note. For now there, it seems Fabio Carvalho and so one player. Obetimi a benefit from a branch and Ancelotti on that note. Then done almost our youngster Bako. Trey Inyoni. And also demonstrated say that defensive midfield role no. I be a movie say Endo pe and I available no. I dey Trey Inyoni. And so let me take that mantle. Ebi always let me play a second fiddle role on that note. Then most importantly, I have one player, Stefan Bajcetic. You be kind year pa na so your Liverpool advocate. Na so be kind year pa. Kind 2 seasons ago. 1 year man was terrible for Liverpool. Then I heard you who say Bajcetic was the best player at Liverpool. But unfortunately for him last season, for the whole of that last season, don't you're not the best because injuries upon injuries. And you who from Bajcetic on that note. But this season, they were what shots here. So to me, an injury-free season there. Ubet me a player. Ubet me a catcher saying, "I had the best hybrid in terms of Obia or to me a holy ball kakra. In terms of Obia or to me a tackle kakra or play the role of a number 6 and a number 8 at the same time." So clearly, no, these are also the youngsters. Coach from Ancelotti and so try a bit developing. You don't. We had a match between Liverpool and then Man United. A match. A result oriented and also be a person obet me ashe. But clearly, all the way will be building the team now. Then I feel say Omunina on a good path. Hopefully coming into the next season, no. Abia never be because Man United there. Mean to me because Man United Babaji League. But potentially no, almost breaking into the top 4 should be their priority. Liverpool under Jurgen Klopp no. Don't also a new regime altogether under Ancelotti. Into almost so maintaining almost status as a top 4 hope for no done and also near idea back Abia almost maintain on that note done this match there Abia so the 2 games will be about and I said the preseason matches will be about there done slightly it looks like Liverpool mom are slightly ahead in terms of Man United in terms of preparation and I say Abia Obi Obetimi coming out best in this particular one done Abia a win but there slightly I feel say Liverpool mom and Obetimi and the note on that note don't me go to Real Madrid Barcelona. Real Madrid Barcelona. Then why bet me a Clasico without the stars? Basically because of the fact say also you the European Championship and then the Copa American Championship. So definitely no. And now idea will be able to be the best players available. Oko the side of Real Madrid. Mbappe, Emma, Vinicius Junior, Emma, Rodrigo Mumma. These are guys Jude Bellingham. These are guys after no master preseason no. Until this game there. I mean the probability say Ometimia starting no relatively on the low side. But maybe just 1% of them having a touch in this game. So that is done. And also the Kakra if you are but I had to say Barcelona and Susua and most of the best players at now. Lamine Yamal will be missing. But on when so a gamer, although say a preseason game there, but I was at a Biano between Real Madrid and Barcelona, don't idea bragging rights no are very important. So but never be a bono and a matters. But the bragging rights are so what I say Biano don't know me no and one very thing are important. But I hear Real Madrid that I'm about 2 matches so far. Now 2 matches no more bono. Don't about back in closed door. We winning by 3-0. But in the second game against AC Milan, clearly you could say Real Madrid enya their best because and when you their best because to me enya that coordination. That is one thing that is so clear. But the little positives, when we say that individual performance by certain players, then the first player don't bet me about Wajimu, Juan Martinez, a youngster 16-year-old. Don't now feel say so be our share game be feel say or the attributes of once upon a time Real Madrid legend Sergio Ramos because of the height, the ball playing abilities and the timely interventions. It looks like say Real Madrid echo into the new season. Most centre backs pair, Ubenya Militao, Ubenya the likes of Rudiger, and then Alaba Weprano. Then it looks like the fourth choice of centre backs now. About a certain 16-year-old. Pedio demonstrating here in the game against AC Milan. And then one positive of Real Madrid. Then a second positive. And so I say, a branch here from Adagula. Then it seems that you're in shape, ready for the season. Physically, then you're built for the season. You bet kind of year last season every year, I know bet me share 6 goals. But now be few say timing wasn't right. But now it seems that we're cutting the holidays in short. I bet Johnny preseason early. And the performance of the day against AC Milan, although Real Madrid lost. But don't know one of the best performers. Internet, don't you better say or met getting into the number 10 position. Because Ancelotti Amiati say the best position either the number 10 and I say all tilted towards the number 7 kakra. So now you have the opportunity. And so it's me a shooty. You don't. And then they're positive for Real Madrid. But one negative aspect, and so you say, still now Real Madrid ain't the balance without Toni Kroos. All those have Valverde move out. But Modric and then Ceballos boy, Modric was okay, trying to control the tempo of the game. But only people acquire one more than Danny Ceballos. Don't keep it too long on the ball. Time I saw releasing unreleased balls, no. But I have Real Madrid team in Swa. Ebi adeba akwa about me who kase. Very efficient at the counter attack system. It's the players no make your movement. Now when you be to say Abrante and Danny Ceballos now one release ball on timer. Don't I think say runners no winning now basically ineffective. I'm sure say Ancelotti going on into this game against Barcelona no. I'm sure say I saw working on that kid at the end about Danny Ceballos on that note. You don't. I don't know so the side of Real Madrid on that note. But Barcelona there. What's the last time they are biggie? Am I a breakdown? Barcelona. I am very effective out of possession. I Barcelona for so many times. I say when they are not in possession, sign or more organize your mo. You don't. And then I say who about Barcelona. And then you hope say or more brand here or more youngster. I find a Marcus Casado. Again a battle with Adagule because so far in these games, these are the two best players. Casado and then Adagule. And it's very likely, sir, Casado will be on number 6 position. Now, Branch and Swift and Adagule are on number 10 position. You don't. A very interesting battle between these two youngsters. But I'm tipping, sir, per the preseason, it looks like Barcelona system is well drilled and that's well inculcated into the boys than the Real Madrid experiment. You don't say, and also win everybody. I feel, say, Barcelona or the edge, slight edge over Real Madrid on that note. I'm tipping say idea almost me na bear 51% chance of winning. The Man Madrid and so na bear 49% chance of winning on that note for him. Then now lastly, Chelsea. Okay. And Chelsea and Man City. Now Chelsea name Man City game no. Don't be very interesting. Chelsea was somebody can catch Chelsea assembly break. Somebody can in the game against Wrexham. And issue I say ball from the back and issue. Then in the game against Celtic, lose it by 4-1. Adeba have problem. They say, full backs no ain't me inverted properly. And once again, almost a building from the back no an issue. But don't fortunately for Benya a good game against Club America. Don't that's the issue I have with the preseason teams these days. Because in a normal circumstance no, I see a ball free in Ketuum. Near the back is you. But in the situation Chelsea ball Wrexham no about Celtic and not about Club America. Relatively, Club America and the weakest opponent. Instead of open and guess and shot above few on that note. But don't I think say because of Kasema about preseason Muntino. And idea dynamics now. But so here Liverpool, the last game of my boy against Club America. Don't Nema realizing say the forgotten men of Chelsea. I am back. Now can you go into last season? Now we have 2 players. Chelsea need them almost pass say effective. I have 2 players where Romeo Lavia and then Nkunku. With a combined fee of £110 million. So these were guys I know BNM say very dominant. But since in shots and Nkunku drive. But it seems that Nkunku is back. For every single game Nkunku abo in this preseason, don't Oshego. Obetimi say it's all about penalties because I had 2 penalties. But the driver or a penalty against Club America. That tells you that in Nkunku Nankeni no RB Leipzig I will play massive role. 126 goals and assists in 176 matches. No, don't it looks like that in Nkunku na name of RB Leipzig. No, don't on your back. Instead, be a Chelsea supporter. One player say injury and sign maybe ma. Or very amazing for Chelsea. And it looks like Enzo Maresca crying so energy no because we in the comments or say was studying him from afar. Though so clearly, don't one player be integral power in Chelsea setup near a branch in Nkunku on that note. Then a second player, and I said the other forgotten man. And so a branch here, your friend Romeo Lavia. You know him the course so around the transfer. But it seems the season is short and another preseason no. Don't why excellent. Because Omuvia or a very mobile or to me the tackles and then that looks like say or you're very in for action. Then one very good thing crying say Enzo Maresca SN him no. Because the days at Man City, now Enzo Maresca and then under 23 coach together with Cole Palmer. Omuni sa group now, omuti be peer free that group no. Nti don't so coach ni anymore. No him say obetimi affect well into the system. Because Chelsea, as we know this time, no, omuti practice the 4-3-3 system. So we are in attacker. No much change. I call it 3-2-4-1. Into that 3-2-4-1, that 2 now on my pivots, no. Don't I very likely say a branch here from Romeo Lavia. Very important to that system. So don't clearly know. I idea that in Nkunku no guy no so able play massive role. But don't Adebakwa issues with Chelsea. I almost squad depth as of now. Don't squad depth there. And very important. But say Adebakwa na say idea bit me more disadvantage ne say some be dons too much and some be dons one. Don't have a problem. All Chelsea set up this year. Don't you show the on Angel FM Kumasi 96.1 and it's TV. All Chelsea set up this year. Obetimi can as many as 45 first team players. 45 first team players. Ebi I will list more. Ebi some few players be pen on free academy ba. About 3 or 4 of them. But as many as 40 players. Some who compete for positions in the first team. Don't definitely a recipe for disaster. Ultimately satisfy will be a. I don't think that Chelsea for Mpo. I am imagining say the likes of Conor Gallagher. Some money free team to call Atletico Madrid. Then I feel that one is a good idea. But Ebia, that leadership role. Obetimi play a mass squad no. Then I feel say enanka ye issue kakra because all these Chelsea players be bring everybody na green on that note. In tanka be award an experienced hands. To say Abrantia this guy I feel say Obetimi very effective at the match Chelsea. But then I feel say all together no so much me pull this squad ni here. Then I feel say Chelsea on the good side almost never betimi akon kan mom. They don't know Man City. But Man City yet to win a game. Done in a game against Celtic, omu lose 4-3. AC Milan, omu lose 3-2. Barcelona, omu draw 2-2. And even omu lose on penalty. So technically, Man City under Guardiola, I lose all 3 games in that preseason airborne. You know, almost the only positive can cry say Oscar Bob, the youngster, and it seems like Jack Grealish. After say we want me and the European Championship, no done. It seems so back to his best. You don't. So game was ever Koswa. You should know say Chelsea are in a poor position. So obviously we winning this game because probably all the dynamics na SCR for dia just say Abia bibi miraculous be and obviously I say Abia the likes of Man City Kami but also Guardiola there obi anim time obviously giving the best you know I feel so that match in no per the Chelsea in Man City are demonstrating so far in the preseason there I feel say and also Chelsea are slightly ahead of Man City on that note
okay. Well, Morgan, medasi, but also so beba I will talk more for